looks great. Your current credit score is
-60 million.
Released April 1st, 2026 on PCVR and the MetaQuest platform by developer and publisher Moon Monster Studios. What we have here is one of those unique VR experiences that I find difficult to categorize. Not certain what genre to put this one in. Space Control isn't an adventure game. It's not action, it's not an RPG, a visual novel, a walking sim, it's not a puzzle experience. Not certain what it is, other than a hilarious, ridiculous, well-designed, darkly comedic, short but well-paced bundle of idiocy for folks who like the Adult Swim style of comedy. Thanks to the developer for the Steam VR key. This is an experience I didn't know I wanted. Watch the TV series, The Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries on Flow One. Download the Stream Blue app to watch on the go. Check out The Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca. Now let's see what Space Control offered up.
Is it working? Oh, fudge, my tummy!
Oh no.
It's coming out! It's coming out! Oh no! Oh, my bowels! Oh, hey there!
Yeah, what the heck?
What are we gonna do now?
Oh my, looks like I'll have to perform.
Oh dear.
Wish us luck. It's showtime, my darling dear.
The story here is you're a human who's been accidentally abducted by a corporation called Glorpo Inc. What they do is abduct a random species from different realms who are in debt and allow them to work their debts off. In theory, what they really do is claim they're going to give you the opportunity to clear your debt, but in fact, it's just a door opener, an icebreaker if you will, for a lifetime of slavery. They'll never let you leave. Their bureaucracy sees to that. Here's the first thing about Space Control that stood out to me. Well, the second. The first was its initial presentation, crude cartoon-style humor. But the second is the jabs it takes at just about everything. Outer space, alien abductions, humanity, sexual orientations, corporate culture, pop culture, fast food, debt collections, privacy and lack thereof, and a bunch of other things.
Ta-da! Your new Glorpo-issued mandatory wrist device. It monitors your vitals, listens to your thoughts, and sells your data to 5 different advertisers. Pretty handy.
While my observations are obviously relative and subjective, it doesn't matter. This is what I took away from this piece, and is also one of the several reasons why I had a great time with it.
If the board wants a new ad campaign, just reuse old footage and throw some sound effects in. Finally. A latte macchiato, extra foam and sugar, please and thank you.
Interesting. I think you might be in the wrong place.
No, that was all at you, Martha. Dear Glorp. Keep your head in the game. Ugh.
After being abducted and given the rundown by your AI Sidra and then introduced to the rest of your team, to be clear, much like many other cartoons, every single person or being in this piece is a total idiot. Some act like they're smarter than others, but much like in cartoons like SpongeBob, where Squidward and a few others pretend to be smarter, but are dumb as a box of nails just like the rest, same principle applies here. They're all fucking morons. It's just a Dumb and Dumber scenario. Melody is the Squidward of the group. Acts like she's got her shit together and is somehow intellectually and responsibly above the rest, but is in fact just another dumbass. After a while, I got hooked on slapping her upside the head.
Heartbreak and death.
the stellar walls of
Barnacle do right.
Then there's the dumb as rocks nasty big guy, the Patrick Star of the bunch called Zorgle.
What? Are you ready? Teleporting now. This chocolate tastes great.
No!
And the troublemaker Widget.
We're all covered in shit.
Every character in Space Control, your teammates and otherwise, brought their A-games and much value to this production though.
This is amazing.
Yeah, gotcha! Wait, really?
This is the best flavor ever.
So after you meet them all, after being given the standard whistle while you work tutorial by Sidra, you're given your first assignment, after getting familiar with your fellow slaves. As you proceed, you learn more of the mechanics at play and realize Space Control doesn't play by conventional rules, which turned out to be a part of its charm. The story, as asinine as it is, has a way of making sense of the nonsense.
Oh, you guys hear me? Where are you guys?
What's wrong with her?
Oh, guys, come in.
In sound, another element in my good books, the soundtrack is fitting. The music here makes a perfect fit. The sound effects also fit like a glove, and the voice acting is brilliant. All voice actors did an exceptional job, even the ones playing the dumber roles.
Oh, what's happening? I'm alive!
Only thing missing for me was more profanity, more crass dialogues. I actually expected more F-bombs and other naughty words, but I suspect things like that affects your game's overall reach and so on, so I kinda get it. But it does have a mature rating though, so I'm not certain of the exact reason. Space Control just came close to that "we don't give a fuck what offends you" mark, but just never quite stepped over the threshold. But hey, maybe it's just me. I have a dark sense of humor and it takes a lot to amuse me.
No way! You can't do that!
We do whatever the fuck we want.
We're fucking jelly kiss.
Get them, girls!
The visuals are perfect on PCVR, and based on the art style, I suspect they're just about the same on the MetaQuest platform, 2, 3S, 3 and so on. Kinda hard to mess up this art style. Beautiful, colorful visuals, well-designed characters and detailed animations. Some of the alien designs got repetitive, but it's fine. There's still a decent variety of these oddities. In gameplay, for settings we have General, which covers subtitles, vignette, locomotion, movement, turning, left or right hand, seated or standing mode. Then controller layout and sound. I've seen this before, but it always raises an eyebrow for me regardless. There were no visual settings. For Quest, I get it. I've probably only seen one Quest title that had significant visual settings that made a huge difference. But for a PC experience to not have any graphics settings at all is still kinda odd to me. However, the visuals were pretty much perfect for what this is, so this isn't a complaint. Simply an observation. Like I alluded to earlier, the gameplay loop is, you leave your sleep chamber, scan your ID by the talking door, listen to what new insanity is unfolding with your 3 teammates, get your daily job briefing, then warp to said job. Space Control is a short experience, clocking in at somewhere between 3 to 5 hours, depending on how you approach each job. There are only 3 episodes. Yeah, each day is presented as an episode, like a TV series. Each episode is completely different from the other and can be wrapped up in 45 minutes to an hour each.
See, Widget? We're even more screwed now. All thanks to you guys.
Ugh, relax, Melody. We were never gonna pay off our debts anyway.
I have to give even more props to Moon Monster Studios for the pacing. How well each episode ties the story together. How well they managed to link all this insanity together. While I did say here and in a couple shorts I posted that I like the Adult Swim Simpsons styled approach to humor and storytelling, I'm not exactly a fan of any of these series. I've watched Futurama and The Simpsons and others, but I'm no avid follower. That being said, I still appreciated these stories and adventures. Space Control didn't have a dull moment, and I believe that the short runtime was ideal. No point in dragging this out. There was a bit more that I'd personally like to see, but perhaps if things like you making it back home, more details on who you really are and such were revealed, then there wouldn't be much left for the sequel. I mean, sure, if the devs had filled in those blanks, them being the creative folks they are, they could have come up with something else to fuel other parts, but much like some of the aforementioned series, like Futurama, some revelations were never revealed. And that keeps the fans happy, I guess. I'm just saying, I saw where more could have been added to the story, but no stress either way. There's always room for improvements, no matter how good you did.
Hey, you're awake!
Good morning, human.
So yeah, the loop is pretty simple, but well done, well tied together. The uniqueness and unpredictability of each episode is what keeps this boat afloat. And then the execution of the mechanics. How you interact with your environment and other characters present is quite polished and refined. Everything works really well for most part. I stumbled on a few bugs that threw me off for a bit, but I reported them to the dev team and I'm pretty certain they're already ironed out or will be soon. For most part, Space Control ran really well. This short and sweet experience is quite captivating and immersive.
And now, The performance we've all been waiting for!
Oh, Glitch, I think it's time.
In the last episode, although I'm not a fan of rhythm experiences, I totally get why others are. Although I did a terrible job in this part, it felt good. Yeah, I haven't a musical bone in my body despite my background. Also, after credits rolled, I immediately started to miss Space Control. I was glad it was over, as like I said, it's not the kind of thing that can be easily justifiably dragged out. And I'm always happy to wrap a title so I can move on to the next, but Space Control left me wanting more, and that's a good thing. The characters, although complete idiots, are very likable. But this goes back to the great voice acting and writing. If there's ever a sequel, I'll be on it.
I love the Glorpo Corp. Here I come, Director. Our love shall be magnificent.
There isn't much else to do after credits roll on Space Control. Not much in the way of replayability, but I was never into replayability anyway. One and done is my thing. Too many games, too little time. But you can roam the empty hub if you like, and you can replay to see if there are achievements you missed. But that's about it. And it doesn't really matter to me. I believe for the asking price, Space Control gives money's worth. Thanks again to the development team for the PCVR key.
Now I don't give a roach's flaphole about that corporate circle jerk, really. But Jelly Kiss has been my favorite band ever since I slipped out of my mama.
Watch the TV series, The Lab Video Game TV in 25 Caribbean countries on Flow 1. Download the Stream Blue app to watch on the go. Check out the Lab Video Game TV's gaming news every Thursday at 4 p.m. during the Sage Projects on Ontario's Island Radio 101.3 FM and CJAI.ca. Thank you for watching. If you like my content, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and whatever other bells and whistles YouTube's got. If on the other hand I found a way to piss you off with this one, then hey, take the logical course of action. Dislike, unsub, leave a feisty comment in the comments section voicing your displeasure with what you were subjected to and endured on this fine day. Either way, I won't hold it against you. Our game is never over.
Ugh, I just can't. My quota for disasters is full for today. I'm clocking out.